Do you ever just want to like scream at the top of your lungs, like just let it all out? Let's try to get started. Hello and welcome to the Stitching Tendencies podcast. My name is May, also known as 3 Stitches Short on Instagram and Ravelry. If you're new here, welcome. Make sure you hit subscribe, ring the bell so you can get all the notifications when I post new videos. If you're a returning viewer, please don't forget to smash that like button so more people can find the channel and join me along on my crafty adventures. This is my really tacky fiber related podcast where I share my knitting, crochet, mostly knitting and crochet, but also some sewing and cross stitch and other fiber related crafty adventures. This is episode 11 of 2023 and today is July the 8th. It has been 3 weeks since my last confession. We've got a lot going on. As you can probably tell, I rearranged my space, so we'll talk a little bit about that. And then we've got 4 projects finished. We've got 4 FOs. Oh my gosh, that's wild to me. We've got 4 whips. We have 3 cast ons coming up soon. We've got 3 acquisitions. Wow, things are really like in a good number. It seems very manageable. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get into it. We're gonna start with catching up because a lot has actually happened and I just like was wrapping my head around it. Last time I recorded, it was June 18th. It was Father's Day. In the US, we also had Juneteenth, which is right after. I unfortunately had to work, so we did not get an opportunity to celebrate Juneteenth as I would have liked, but it is what it is. Federal holidays don't mean anything. You have to work regardless. So fun. I am drinking water today. I had a bit of an eye injury yesterday, so that is still, like, it doesn't look bad at all. I'm, like, really impressed with, like, how normal my eye looks, but it is actually basically blind right now. I was sitting at work and something, like, an eyelash or something fell in my eye and it scratched it really bad. It's fine. It's just like itchy and painful and I'm kind of blind. So yeah. But I'm rambling. I digress. Let's see what's happened. So after we recorded, on the 18th, Lilith had dance camp. They had 2 dance camps. The first one was a Frozen themed dance camp from Monday to Wednesday that following week, and she did great. And I discovered that there's a little hair salon next to the dance studio, so I went and got my hair cut. And then I had an appointment the following week when Lilith had her Encanto themed dance camp. I had an appointment to get my hair colored. Because of timing and dance camp, we only had time to do like one process and then the other process. We didn't have time to do everything all at once. So I kind of spread that out amongst the 2 weeks there. And then in between, on that Saturday, the 24th, Fiber Hustle hosted bingo, and it was so fun to just sit down with other makers, play some bingo. Fiber Hustle has the most fun like little community events, and I really, really, really like their Fiber Hustle Bingo. So that was really fun to do. So on that Saturday, before I did the Fiber Hustle Bingo, I met up with a friend from the Love and Stitches membership. Love and Stitches is hosted through Knitty Natty. There's a Discord server with a bunch of fun and events, and I think they do new members like on a trimester basis. But anyway, a local friend in the Love and Stitches group was newly local. So I'm like, hey, let's get together and, you know, we'll explore one of my favorite little wool shops in the area, kind of in the area. And, you know, we'll just meet up and get to know each other locally and, you know, check out this wool shop together. And we did that. It was great. We got along great, and I was so excited. She's such a lovely person. So we met up in the Target parking lot, and then she drove to Around the Table Yarns in Shaker Heights, Ohio. Fabulous wool shop. I love Beth and Pam. Their shop is just so cozy. It's so fun. And we bought a little bit of wool. I'll show that actually not in acquisitions, but in whips, because we've already casted something on that we're going to be knitting together. So I'm super excited about that. Let's see. And then this past weekend, July 1st, I got a wild hair up my rear. And I decided to rip the carpet out of my entryway, out of the hallways. Like, I have like an L-shaped hallway that goes from like the entryway to the mudroom, and then like the kitchen is on one side. The kitchen and dining room are on one side, and then my office, and then a powder room and the laundry room are like on the other side of like that main entry hall. And so I ripped up the carpet in the entry and the 2 hallways, and there's 2 closets in that area. I did that on Saturday the 1st, and then Sunday the 2nd, I took all the furniture out of this room, and there is 2 desks, 3 cubies, a sewing desk, 3 chairs. Like, I took out all the furniture. I ripped up all the carpet in here. And guys, I have hardwood floors under this carpet. Like, wild. So, I did that on the 1st and 2nd, and then I worked the 3rd, which was Monday. Everybody thought we were closed, so it was a nice, easy breezy cover girl day. And then the 4th, we went to a holiday cookout. I surprised myself at how social I actually was that day, so that was, you know, an interesting and fun day. And then I was off the 6th. Lilith didn't have any dance this week because the holiday week they closed the studio. And then yeah, I think that was it. I worked Thursday the 7th, no, Thursday was the 5th, no, Wednesday was the 5th, Thursday was the 6th, I can't count. I worked Thursday the 6th and Friday the 7th, and then yesterday around like 7 p.m. Something, like, I say flew into my eye because like I was totally fine, and then all of a sudden something was in my eye. I couldn't see. Like, I had to excuse myself from the call that I was on, and like I immediately, like, I had to use voice command to call my manager on my cell phone and be like, Sarah, I'm so sorry, I can't see, like, this is what's going on. I got checked out. I'm totally, like, my left eye is kind of blind already because of the years of autoimmune related corneal abrasions. So like I'm fine. I'm not gonna have any lasting worsening condition, but it's really itchy and it's like really itchy and kind of painful in my left eye, and it's like a lot more blurry than it normally is. They said, hey, just take it easy, don't do anything too strenuous. So I'm like, oh, you know, knit with fingering weight wool, that's not strenuous. Knit with fingering weight wool in the dark, that's not strenuous at all. But no, it's fine. If you see me kind of bugging with it a little bit, it's a little irritated. So I think that is it as far as like the catch up. Not a whole lot actually happened. Lilith had dance, I had work, I did a few things on the weekend. So I am probably gonna put in some pictures of my office at the very least, just because it is so pretty in here now that it's like reorganized. Or maybe I'll just link like my Instagram because I kind of shared a few things there, so we'll see. All right, what I'm wearing, oh my gosh, if you've been here a few episodes now, you'll already see this. It's supposed to be a bralette, but I really like it as a cropped, like a cropped tank top. I'm not bold enough to wear it like on its own, so I think this is probably like how I'll usually style it, with like a little tank top underneath and a black skirt. This is kind of my go-to style already. This is the Ripple Bralette by Jessie Made Designs, and this is actually going to jump us into our finished objects. This is finished object number 1. Oh my god, I have a cut that's still healing on my thing. On my palm. I can't think of the word palm. And sometimes like the scab like catches things. So like when I rub my fabric, like the scab catches. It's so annoying. So this is the Ripple Bralette by Jessie Made Designs. I did the called for needles, and I did the 1X size, which was a 35-inch unstretched bust measurement, and it was to fit a measurement of 44 to 46. And I used that because it was like right in the middle of my, like my full bust size is about 45 inches. And so I did something where the full bust was like right in the middle. And honestly, if I do it again, a couple things I'm gonna change, because I'm probably gonna do it again. I really enjoyed the knit. I really enjoy the product. I just want it to fit a little better. I think what I would do is, first of all, go down at least 1 needle size. I just want it to be a little bit more tighter gauge. And then I think I'm gonna do the same thing that I did with my other finished object I'm gonna show you, is I need to not use my full bust for the measurements. It's apparently even when it's negative ease, because it's too big around here. This is supposed to be a bralette, and there is just like too much in the underbust. I have about a 39-inch underbust, I have a 40-inch upper bust, and about a 45-inch full bust. And so I really need to, especially for things like bralettes, I need to use my underbust or upper bust measurements when picking a size. So that I'm scratching myself, and now I'm gonna get red, and it's gonna be embarrassing, and you guys are gonna have to look at my red because I'm a picker. God, that's annoying. I'm sorry, guys. I can't even talk. So the colorway, if I get up, the colorway is Love in Speckles by Little Wolf Knits. This was the colorway that was done for the Love in Stitches membership. It's beautiful, and I have like 30 or 40 grams left, I think. So, I mean, it's a 10-gram difference. Honestly, I might even be able to make another one in a smaller size with smaller needles and make like a tank top for Lilith. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's what this is. I did use the called for needles and I followed the pattern explicitly. I did not make any modifications to the pattern just because I wanted to see how, you know, those like Jessie made patterns knit up like on their own before I get in and like start making a bunch of modifications, because I'm known to do that a bit. But yeah, all the ends are woven in. I actually wore this to the 4th of July barbecue that we went to. And it was fun. Like, I got quite a few compliments on my tank top. So I was like, yeah, this is cool. All right, so on to finished object number 2. Boom. These are my June Desert Vista Dye Works sock challenge whatever thing. You knit a pair of socks in a month, and it's like a knit along challenge to knit one pair of socks 100% from Desert Vista Dye Works wool every single month, and this is my 6th month completed. I think this is the most like consistent I've been in so long. It's kind of amazing. So this is what I did. The colorway is Hungry Hungry Hippos, and I don't even remember what I did anymore. I did them like the weekend of the 17th, 18th. I did like a weekend sock challenge where I challenged myself to finish a pair of socks over the weekend, and I got to the point on this one. This was the second one. I got to the point where I literally just had to close the toe, and I was like, okay, the knitting is done. I'm calling that a success. So this is where they are. Awesome. Super stoked about that. I do all my socks on a 2mm 9-inch circular needle. I do them top down. I think on those I started with a 68 stitch just to give myself a little bit more room in the cuff, and then came down to 64 stitch. And I think I might have carried the 64 stitch all the way through. Let me look at something real quick. So there is that. I carried the 64 stitch all the way through the leg. All the way through the leg I carried the 64 stitch, and then right before the heel I went down to 60 stitches, and then I carried 60 stitches through the foot. Okay, really important part of knitting, guys, is reading your knitting. And the reason that is because I would have no idea, and I really like how these fit, and if you don't read your knitting, you don't know what you did, because especially if you're an ADHD crafter and you don't take copious notes, because yeah. So 68 stitch here, and then I went down to 64 stitches for the leg, 60 stitches right before the heel, shadow wrap heel, 60 stitches in the foot, rounded toe. That's what I did. I'm glad I can read my stitches and figure that But these are really, really great fitting socks. So I'm really, really happy with them. Yeah. So there is that. Finished object number 3. We're gonna save that. And these last 2 finished objects, the ends are not woven in. Like, they're still done. The knitting is done. But this is my new, what is this called? No Need to Panic sweater by Casapinka. And I am just so stoked about this. I've got all my little stitch markers still on here and everything. I have to block it still, and I haven't woven in ends and whatever. It's done. That's all that matters. But look at this. Okay, thankfully, like, it's been raining today, so it's not that hot. But look at this. Okay. So this is the sweater. And it's very fitted and trim in the arms, and I can, ooh, that's really loose there. I wonder why. You know what? I feel like I can never get my cuffs tight enough, and so I think I'm probably just going to, like, put some elastic in the cuff or something, because that's ridiculous. I didn't realize that. But look at it. Look how cute it is. This is going to be the one that I wear to Rhinebeck this fall. Look at the cute little design. So this is my own deviation, just to add a little bit more flair in the, yoke of the sweater. Everything else is to pattern. I did the 40-inch sweater. I did the 40-inch size. So I think that was actually a size 1, and last time I did a size 2. And then this, is that the right one? Yeah. So this is where the decreases stopped in the original pattern. And I continued on a more frequent basis to really taper that down. And I did 7 additional decreases to get down to 52 stitches on the cuff. And then I did, I think, 15 or 16 rounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 20. I did 20 rounds on the cuff. And then I did a stretchy bind off in pattern. So you whatever the stitch is, you knit or purl it, and then you knit them together through the back loop. And that gives you a little bit more of a stretchy bind off, which is probably why I have a little bit of flare in the cuff, but like the whole thing fits really well. And I usually like to like push up my sleeves a little bit so they're more of like a 3/4 sleeve. Actually, that is really cute. Look at that. Like, I dig it. So the wool is Elderwood by Primrose Yarn Co. on the Rowan DK. I used the called for needles. I knit the body basically, I knit the yoke completely called for. No, I didn't, because I did this. I did the yoke, with the exception of this little cute section. Everything else is as the yoke called for. And then I added quite a few more inches to the body, because I like my sweaters to be longer. Now admittedly, this is not as long as I've made sweaters in the past. I really like really long, like tunic almost style sweaters. So this I feel is a good length to wear with a skirt. It's also a good length that I can wear with jeans. When I lift my arms, the body doesn't come up and go over my tum, which is something that's really important to me. So yeah, I love this sweater so much. My only complaint, and I knew this would probably be a complaint for me, is that this is the most rustic I've ever knit with, which is funny because it's 60% superwash merino and 40% domestic non-superwash merino. So it's only 40% like non-superwash, and I can tell it's a little itchy. So I don't know if that's something that I'll just get used to as I, you know, wear it, or if it's something that as I wash it, maybe I can give it a conditioner soak to kind of like soften things up, or what I'm gonna do. But I love the sweater. I love the fit. It's got great versatility for my wardrobe, so I'm definitely keeping it. I'm keeping it as is. It's just I've got to either get used to the itchiness, or I've got to wear it with long sleeves, so that way there's a barrier between my skin and the scratchy of the wool. So that is finished object number 3. Last time you guys saw it, I was here. So I did the rest, another like 2 inches of the body, and then I did the ribbing, and then I did both sleeves. Yay! Okay. Now, you're probably wondering, May, that was basically all of like your primary whips last time. What on earth could you have possibly finished in addition to that? Well, my dear friends, the answer to that is that I started and finished my Pure Joy. So this has been on my knit list for a hot minute. And no, the ends are not woven in. That's because I literally just finished it like 2 days ago. No, not even 2 days ago. Yesterday. I finished it yesterday. But look at it. Oh my god, it's so adorable. So with a Ho Heat pattern, I know that my gauge is a little looser than hers. So I believe I went down 1 needle size on this pattern. And first of all, that is stinking adorable. I don't think this is actually a shawl. The way, like, I get it, like it's bigger than a scarf, but like, I don't know. Maybe it's because it's not blocked yet, but it just doesn't feel scarfy. Or it doesn't feel shawl-y to me. It feels more scarfy. It's very skinny. It's very long. I guess it could be like a small shawl, but it's been on my list for a while. It's on my Make 9 for this year. So this is the second finished object on my Make 9 list. And I cast this on because Needles at the Ready and Mayak, it's not Imyak, it's Mayak apparently, are doing a Ho Heat cowl. And so I cast this on after the official start date of the knit along, and I literally finished it like the day they had the cast on party. So that was the 7th. I finished it the 7th at work. So like, that's really cool to me. I think I spent a total of 4 days knitting on it. It's a really quick knit. Like, it is crazy how quick of a knit this is. I am absolutely shocked at that fact. Yeah. Now, the colors I used are, this is Coco Cabana, and this is Her Name Was Lola. These are by Arkansas Yarn Co. These are from one of the Sock Yarn Society boxes. And I had a mishap with my wool. So big kudos, guys. I really, 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 really need some help. Look at this. Oh, my stylist got a little bit of dye on it while I was getting my hair done. Like, she's flinging that dye everywhere, basically. It got all over, like, it was wild how much dye got everywhere. And unfortunately, there's one other spot where there is a little bit more, but it's a lot smaller and a lot less noticeable. But, like, I can't even find it here. There it is. It's very, very small. This here, gosh, that's barely even showing up on the camera. That I can get away with saying, oh no, that's just a speckle, because there are speckles in the wool and some of them have a little bit of that brownish color to it. But like that spot, I can't call that a speckle. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think what I might do is I might use like a stain remover pen. I've not washed or blocked this. I haven't done anything to it. So I definitely haven't set the color. But I might use a like a Clorox stick or a OxyClean stick, and hopefully I can get it out that way. If that doesn't work, I'm happy if you could give me some tips in the comments to maybe see if we can get that out. My last resort is I had a little teeny tiny little nugget left. I might go in and I'll block it and then I'll duplicate stitch on top of it just to kind of, that's not even where it is, just to kind of like cover that up, put some like blue and green over it with the color that was there. And if I still don't like that, then maybe every so often I'll put like a cute little over a duplicate stitch heart or something on it with the pink, because I've got plenty of the pink left. Maybe I can just like embroider like a heart here and a heart here and a heart, you know, like a heart in the middle of each one. And then like that is like almost here to here, like that's almost in the middle of like this area, this depth. So I might like be able to put like a cute little pink heart on it. I don't know. If you have a suggestion, please tell me in the comments below, because I need help on this. Like this is, like I can see it and I don't like things like that. So this is my fourth finished object. It was a new cast on and I finished it all in the 3-week period. Three basically garments. Like, okay, a shawl's not a garment, but like it's big enough. This was more knitting than I think the tank top was. So I'm counting it. I'm in love with it. It's gorgeous. Look how cute this is. And these colors go together so great. Oh my gosh, I am so happy with the way it looks. Like excluding that one little I am so happy with this. Oh, Lori is such a genius with the colorways. So, all right, I am going to fold that and put it right there. On to the works in progress. All right, works in progress number 1. We're gonna start with this. So July 1st, my little group started a sweater scarf knit along. I guess it's technically make along because you could crochet it if you wanted to. And I am carrying Pride through, and we are using my Love is Love bag. I love this. It's such a cute bag. This is a Knit for Brains Designs bag on Etsy. So love it so much. I am using this Drops Cotton Merino. It's a 50/50 DK that I got on D-Stash at the end of last year, beginning of this year. We were moving in and my husband's like, how are you having wool delivered here already? Because that's who I am. You know better. So this is what I'm using. It is a sweater scarf make along. And this is where I'm at. I couldn't find anything exactly how I wanted it. So I decided to make my own. I got the first sleeve done, and then I did my increases, and then I started the pattern. Now, oh, isn't that so cute? First of all, having that extra long sleeve. Like, I live in Ohio, it gets very, very cold in the winter. So having like that extra long sleeve that I can kind of like tuck up around my hands is gonna be so amazing. And then if it's a little bit of a warmer day, boom, I can just roll up the sleeve, and then I have a cute little chunky cuff for my sleeve. I think that is just so adorable. So this is where I'm at. Oh, I love this stitch pattern. This is the, I think it's called the Eye of Partridge. I always forget, but oh, so pretty. And it's gonna have, because of the way I did my increases and how I'll do my decreases on the other side, it's gonna have kind of like a poof type. It's like where it goes from sleeve to design, like it has like a little poof. I really like it. It's super cute. Yeah. I'm super excited and happy with this. It's turning out so lovely. And yeah, all I have to do at this point, I'm going back and forth, and it's super, super simple, and I love it. Oh, it's gonna be so exciting. I am using 5mm. So I did the sleeve on a 4mm needle, and then I switched to 5mm needles when I did the when I started going back and forth. And this is where I'm at. I'm super excited about it. It's so fun. So that is whip number 1. Whip number 2 is living in, oh, come here, another Knit for Brains bag. Oh, big shock. This I got from Knit for Brains back in like last October, so October 2022. This was part of her Halloween holiday spooky collections. Look how cute that is. That is like the most adorable little skulls I've ever seen. And this is the acquisition cast on. This is a sheepjess whirl. It is 60% cotton, 40% acrylic. Look at that. Oh, look at that color. I love these little fading cakes. They're so cool. It's 225 grams, 1,000 meters. So this will be a 1 cake project, which is kind of amazing. And this, like, it's 215 or 225. I'm so bad. It says 215 to 225 grams. So it's like an estimated, let's call it 220 grams. So it's like as big as like a, what's that other one called? The Miss Babs Yowza. That's like how big the skein is. And my friend and I have cast on, oh, that's like really pulling that way, isn't it? Okay. My friend and I have cast on the Breeze Racerback from Jessie Made Designs. I think there's going to be like a fun theme this summer for me. Jessie Made has a lot of really cute summer tops. But this is where I'm at. So this one is like a much looser design. So on this one I'm doing the size large. So far I've done it basically to pattern, although I am using a little bit smaller needles. The pattern calls for 4mm and 4.5mm, and I know that I don't like that loose of gauge on fingering weight wool. So I did a 3.5mm on the ribbing, and I'm using a 3.75mm on the body. And oh, it started raining. Isn't that lovely? Yeah, so I'm using a 3.75 on the body, and like when I'm doing ribbing in cotton, honestly, I always like really doubt it. I don't work with cotton very often, but I knew I needed to for like a nice breezy summer. I'm gonna do mine more like a swimsuit cover up than like an actual like tank top. Like I could absolutely wear it as a tank top with some jeans out on the beach. That's fine, but it's for me specifically, I'm knitting this more as like a summer tank top, like a summer cover up. So look at that, it is so cute. All right. WIP number 3. There were a few days when I didn't really know what to work on. And so while I was at work, I'm pulling stuff. While I was at work, I pulled out my Sheepjust Metropolis, and I did like 3.5 squares for my blanket. So this is almost 6 squares out of the first little 50-gram skein. And I am just, whenever I get a moment, there's some animal stuff. I don't even know if it's sheep or dog at this point. But whenever I get a moment where I'm like, I don't know what to do, I'm kind of bored at work, or I've got nothing else really happening. Like, I think this was in between where I'd finished this and then I finished my sweater, and I'm like, I don't know what to do, because at that point the Pure Joy was still so new. I couldn't like work on that while I was working, and I'd already finished my sock, so I didn't know what to do. I worked on this, and this just stays in my bag. Give me 1 second. So this bag is from the Fat Quarter Shop. It says love in every stitch. I got this last summer, and this bag and all the wool for this blanket just sit at the foot of my desk. And I pick it up and I work on a square every now and then. That is a very long-term zero stress project. Like, I will never force myself to have stress on that project because it is just for me. It's going to eventually be a blanket for my living room. And my last, but certainly not least, WIP. This is in a Mid-Mitten Designs bag. I love these top knot bags for walking. And I'm sharing this as a WIP, not because I've made progress on it, because I haven't, but because it is going to be frogged. I really, really love the aesthetic. Ooh, that is a carpet fiber. I really, really love the aesthetic of the pattern sock. But because of how my foot is and how I need to decrease from the leg to the foot, I don't think pattern socks are going to be it for me. Or if I do a pattern sock, it's literally just going to be the leg. I'm not going to carry the patterning through even the top half of the foot. It's too much math for me to get the gauge just right. So I am going to frog these. These were what I was calling Hermione Smells Snow. And it's the Hermione's Everyday Sock pattern. And I smell snow from Tippy Tree Yarn Co. And I'm going to frog them, I'm going to rewind them, and I'm just going to knit vanilla socks because vanilla socks make me happy. That's why. Like, it makes me happy to sit down and not have to think about my knitting. I knit because I'm too anxious not to knit. And knitting helps calm me. Well, I knit socks mostly because I'm too anxious and I need something simple in my hands to do. And a pattern sock is not bringing me joy, so it is coming out. So I have learned that about myself. I enjoy very simple, basic knitting. Can I do patterned things? Yes. I did a whole dang patterned sweater. I did a whole ribbed tank top. Like, yeah, I can do pattern sweaters. But when it comes to my socks, I want them vanilla. So this is going to be frogged probably right after I finish recording. All right, so that is the end of my works in progress. That was a really simple thing. I don't really have a whole lot going on. I've got 2 actual focuses. Both of them are in a mindless, like the Eye of Partridge is a pattern, but it's a simple, I don't have to think pattern. And then the Breezeway tank top, I'm at the body, which is stockinette. It's simple. I can sit there and work on that with my eyes closed if I wanted to. All right, so future cast-ons. I bring this back. So sock week starts tonight. It is, I think she technically gives you 8 days from Sunday through Sunday. So it cuts off at like 11:59 p.m. next Sunday. So you get 8 total days, and I know that I can knit a sock a day. So my goal for sock week is reknit this into a pair of just vanilla socks. Then I'm going to knit my Desert Vista Dye Work socks. Look how cute this is. So this colorway is called Scottish Thistle. It is such a lovely, like, lavender and green colorway. I absolutely adore it. And this, it doesn't tell me how many stripes. Sometimes they say how many stripes are in it, but it just says self-striping. So yeah, I think it's like, from what I can see 4, maybe a 5th. There's quite a bit of pink in some areas, but I don't see enough of it for me to call it an actual colorway. So, but yeah, so I will do my July Desert Vista Dye Work socks. And then finally, I already caked this up, and it's 250 grams, so that's why it's already in a bag. I did a yarn swap with the Love and Stitches membership, and it's a Share Repair inspired yarn swap. So this is Grape Fest. That is showing a lot darker, actually. That's pretty accurate. My eye is starting to really hurt, so I'm going to try to wrap this up. But this is Grape Fest from Arcane Fiberworks, and it is so pretty. It's just a beautiful semi-solid. It's got a little bit of tonality in it, but really not enough to really call it a tonal. I'd say it's a solid semi-solid. And then, Grape Juice. This is called Grape Juice. So this is what I received from the Share Repair, and we were supposed to do a 50-gram skein and a recipe. And then I have the other half. Look at this. Oh my God. This is I don't know what I'm calling it, but I dyed this specifically for the Share Repair. It's a very pastel-y teal and pink and purple. It's just a very beautiful teal and pink and purple variegated colorway. I really, really love it. And so I am putting them together, and I'm going to get with the person that I had the Share Repair with, And I'm gonna ask, do we want to knit a pattern together? Because like for a thing, I can do a pair of pattern socked. It's fine. What I'd probably do is I'd probably do like this. I'd start this on like Wednesday because I'm off on Wednesday still currently. Start it on Wednesday, put it down, work on vanilla socks for Thursday, Friday, and then finish it on Saturday is kind of like in my head what I would do if she says she wants to do a pattern sock. If she doesn't want to do a pattern sock, then I will just knit another set of vanilla socks, and then it doesn't matter when I'm working on them. So those are 3 future cast-ons. They will be cast on and probably finished in this next week, hopefully. I've got 8 days to do 6 socks. I don't think that's going to be a problem. And then the last thing that I have to cast on is we are getting dangerously close to my daughter's birthday. And Lilith has asked me for a sweater, a hat, a scarf, which is really a cowl at her age. We don't let her wear scarves yet. So a sweater, a hat, a scarf, and mittens. She wants a whole matching set for when she starts school in September. So I told her that that will be her birthday gift because she starts school right before, or her birthday is right before school starts. So that will be her gift this year. So she went with me when I went to River Color Studios in Lakewood, I think is where it's at. She picked out this beautiful colorway from Emma's Yarn called Turtle Haven. This is on the 80-22 ply. Yeah, this is on an 80-22 ply colorway. And then we picked out this gorgeous tonal aqua turquoisey color. And so I have 80 grams in this color, and I've got 300 grams in this color. And so for her, what I'm kind of thinking is I will have 2 skeins for the sweater, and I will have, I can't reach. Okay. So then I will also have, oh, that one's a lot different. I wonder if they weigh different because this is a lot, this feels plumper. Anyway, so I will allot 2 skeins for the sweater. So the what is this called? The collar, the cuffs, and the hem. So I think the collar will probably take 5 grams. The cuffs will probably take less than 5 grams each. And then the hemline will probably take 10 grams, which would probably leave me, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do collar, cuff, cuff from 1, and that'll leave me with 5 grams left in this, because these are 20 grams, if I'm not mistaken. And this is called Set Sail. I hope these aren't 10 grams. That would really make me upset. And I didn't weigh them. 20 grams. Okay, good. They are labeled. They just put their sticker on top of it. So 5, 5, 5. That'll leave me 5 grams left in this. And that'll leave me 10 grams to do the heel. So technically, or not heel, 10 grams to do the hem. So technically that'll still leave me about 15 grams of my allotted 40 that I can carry into with the thing. And what I'll probably do is I'll use 10 grams. I'm allotting the 10 grams left over from this to use with the 3rd skein to start a hat. And then the other 5 grams from this, I will use more of this and 5 more grams from one of the other one to do the cowl. I'll do like 5 grams, 5 grams, then the body, and then another 5 grams, just so it gets like, it's a matching set. And then I will use probably 5 grams for cuffs on the mitts. With this, her stuff is so small. She's almost 5. She could still technically wear 3T if it were just a little longer. So I'm basically gonna knit like the 4T sizes in case she hits a growth spurt soon. But that is still such teeny tiny amounts of wool. I am confident. I got from one skein of wool, one 100 gram skein, I got a sock head slouch hat that still fits her. I got a matching cowl, and I still have, I don't know what I did with it, but like legitimately, oh, I do know what I did with it. It's right here. I still have about 20 grams left of this colorway called Don't Be Sassy by Trilogy Yarns. So she's already gotten a hat and a cowl out of this. And I think I did something else with it already. Oh, I did do something else with it already. I made 17, this is, I think it took like 11 or 12 grams to do this wool cozy. And I still have like 20 grams left to do whatever I want with it. So that is absolutely plenty. One skein of wool, especially when I'm doing contrast for the cuffs and the brim and all of that stuff. Why don't you sit right now? You were just sitting properly. My goodness. Especially when I have like 20, 30, I think I'll have like 40 grams, honestly, that I can use for cuffs of the things and then the brim of the hat and then the contrast on the cowl. 100 grams will be more than enough for the hat, the cowl, and the mitts. If I have wool left over, she also requested a pair of socks. But I'm like, honey, that is a very tall order from 380 grams of wool. If you had to pick something to choose a different color of, what would it be? And she chose the socks. So if I have enough, I will also make her a set of socks. If I don't have enough, then the socks will have to be in a different color, and she's already fully aware of that. So that is the rest of my future cast-ons. So it's kind of more than 3 for future cast-ons, because, you know, the hat, the cowl, the mitts, and the sweater. But I mean, it's all the same wool, and it's 380 grams as out of stash because this will be cast on very quickly. So that is the end of my future cast-ons. Let's see. As far as the cowls and mouths that I am working on, let me get my list. Yeah. Okay, so summer sock camp. I got my June ones, my June Desert Vista Dye Works. Those count for that. They also count for double points in the splash pad party. So yay, that's ongoing until the end of August. The splash pad party, the socks, like I said, counted double. My bralette counted, I think I used, I think it only gives me 1 point because I think it's only about 50 grams that I used. I'll have to weigh this and figure it out. But this gives me a point. And my Pure Joy gives me actually 4 points because I used almost 2 whole skeins, which is 200 grams. Got a little bit of the pink left, and that's like, I'll weigh it to make sure I'm past like the 175 gram points. So it's either 3 or 4 points for this one. And then my sweater definitely gives me 4 full points. And then I think that was it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So that all counts for the splash pad party. I gotta go and do the form. I'm really bad. I do all these things for like knit alongs and stuff, and then I never give myself credit, so I'm never entering into prices. Super fun. And then the Hohi cowl with needles at the ready in Mayak. This is already done, so I'm gonna look at, I think it goes till the end of September for this current Hohi cowl. So I think I might dig out, can you even see it? You probably can't even see it, but oh yeah, you can. Okay, so down here is where I have my long sweater cardigan stash, and that's like 10 skeins of wool that I'll be able to get out of the stash. Woot! So I might do a second entry for the Hohi cowl that Needles at the Ready is doing currently. So that's fantastic. Let's see. Do I have any other cowls and stuff I'm doing? I don't think so. I did buy, I can't even find it right now because I'm still in a hot mess, but I do have some Felici that I'm going to do some shorties with. So that will be something that I do soon. For the Knit All the Felici that Lisa from 72 Stitches, Knit All the Yarn. Lisa from Knit All the Yarn is doing. But she just extended that a month. So I think it goes until September now, which is great. Okay, so my knitting goals from last time, y'all. Finish the panic sweater, check. Finish the bralette, check. Finish the Hermione socks. I'm going to say check because though I've made a decision about those, so it's fine. Start the Pure Joy, y'all. Not only did I start it, but I finished it. That is amazing. All right, so my new goals, this will be July's goals. Today is only the 8th. I got plenty of time to still count out and do some July planning. We are going to do 3 pairs of sock week. We are going to finish the breeze tank. I'm just taking quick notes. Finish the sweater scarf. And finish Lily's birthday sweater. Yeah, I think that is reasonable. 3 pairs of scarves, 3 pairs of socks, a sweater scarf, a tank top, and a little 4-year-old sweater. Like, that's not a whole lot. By the next time I see you guys, bad planning because I should have done this before, but next time I see you guys, I want all the socks done. I want to start Lily's sweater. Okay, we're gonna start Lily's sweater. That's all I'm asking for myself, because for 2 reasons. First of all, I only want to wait 2 weeks between this podcast and the next. And the reason is because I apparently in 3 weeks, I forget what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. It makes it long and uncomfortable. And that's a lot of mental stress for me. So I need to do this at least every 2 weeks, because I think when I was in a 2-week pattern, things were good. So First of all, it's only going to be 2 weeks between now and the next time I see you. Second of all, a week of that is going to be dedicated to socks. So I know I'm not going to get basically anything else done, which is fine. Okay? And then, so the second week will be starting Lily's sweater. Now, this is where I need your help. I cannot figure out what sweater to make Lily. I know, I'm horrible. So if you know of a cute sweater that would be lovely with a contrast for collar, cuffs, and hem, that is simple so that the colorway doesn't get lost, please comment below. I need help finding a pattern for this. If you comment below with a pattern suggestion, use #pattern so I can find them. That would be so incredibly helpful, and I don't know what the prize is going to be yet, but if your pattern is selected, if the pattern you recommend is selected, I am going to give you an awesome prize. Don't know what it's going to be yet. Please don't ask, because I'm just making this up on the fly. That's what I do. But if you put in a pattern suggestion and I choose the pattern you recommend, you are going to get a prize, because I can't make this decision on my own. So that is that. Prize eligibility. If I do a physical prize, prize eligibility will be continental US and Canada. No, not continental, all of US. US and Canada are eligible for physical prizes. If you are out of the US and Canada, then it will be a pattern prize on Ravelry. I think that's just going to be the easiest way to do it. That way international people can be included. I think that's important. So we're going to do that. And I am out of water, so I've really got to wrap this up. Okay. Acquisitions. We're only at 1 hour and 8 minutes. This is short for me. Acquisitions. We got both the Yarnable and the Sock Yarn Society. So we are going to start with Yarnable, and I am so happy. Okay, so with everything going on in the US, I'm not really feeling very Star Spangled Banner-y. So I'm very happy that there was only one item in all of both of these boxes that was patriotic themed. So from the Yarnable, most of the stuff, like all the extras, come in this cute little bag. I think this is probably the 3rd or 4th one of these she's used. Let's see, we got the Star Print Notions pouch. It says by Yarnable, so I don't know where she sourced these from, but they're really cute. This is like literally the only Star Spangled Banner-y thing, so that's great. We got a set of star-shaped stitch markers on a light bulb pin. Look at how cute those are. Those are super cute. And then we got a screen cleansing towelettes by Well Kept. It's got 15 pre-moistened screen cleaners, which is really cool. And I really love how everything like conveniently fits in these little bags. It's really a unique thing that she's been doing lately. So Cheryl, these are awesome. Thank you so much. And then the color theme this month was Sweet Liberty. Now that made me really nervous because I don't like the whole red, white, and blue thing. First of all, it's too many countries' flag colors. So like there is no like, oh, you can be like, oh, America. Well, it's also France. It's also England. It's also Australia. And I believe it's also New Zealand. And I think there's like 2 other countries that use red, white, and blue. Maybe they're red, blue, white, or blue, white, red. but it's the same colors, like, let's be real. So when I opened this and saw that Sweet Liberty was a watermelon color theme, that made my heart happy. Look at how cute this is. So this is Sweet Liberty by Yarnable, which is the Hypnotic Yarns monthly wool subscription. Really stinking cute, right? And I think that that's going to be something for Lilith, because she is very much a fun pink girl. So there's that. And then this is literally it I have for acquisitions. It's just these 2 boxes because I already showed you the cake I got when I went out with my friend. So the Sock Yarn Society. The color inspiration and everything is I Am Dragon. The extras include let's see, there's nothing important on this side. No, okay. Include a cute little, what is it called? A mini fairy sweater by Tristan from Dragon Horde Yarns. So cute. I've decided I'm going to make quite a few of these. And I'm going to pair them with like some little socks. And I'm just going to string like fae lights with these little fae sweaters all over my room. Like, this is going to be so adorable. So it came with this pattern. So cute. It came with some Plum Deluxe Dragon Fruit Desire loose leaf tee. And it came with a little tea bag. Which is great, but I have like a tea steeper myself, so I don't know, everybody needs tea steepers. Those are like the best damn thing. So it came with some Dragon Fruit Desire loose leaf tea. It came with, oh my god, this is so cute. This is a cute little sweater from Simply Serving. It's a Progress Keeper. That is so adorable. And like the overall feel and theme of this is giving me like Sleeping Beauty vibes, like the briar rose, and then when you see the colors you'll understand what I'm talking about. And then it came with another little rose from Arkansas Yarn Co. These are not playing well together. Okay, is that focusing? I can't. Okay, that's about as good as it's gonna get. Look how cute that is. And then this like rosy colored Arkansas State stitch marker. So cute. Now, that fell. As cute as these extras are, oh, the colors. Oh, and then it came with a cute little hanger for the little face sweater. That's so adorable. Oh my god. Now the colors on this wool. Oh, so this is called I Am Dragon by Arkansas Yarn Co. I get one skein of the Yummy Plush 8515. And these colorways with the purple and the green and like it goes from like foresty green to like fluorescent green, and the colors in here, this reminds me of Maleficent. Like the old Disney cartoon Maleficent is what this reminds me of. And guys, it came with a mini, and the mini is called I Am Wee Dragon. That's so adorable. Look how cute that is. So this is absolutely going to be, I think you only need like a few yards of this. Ooh, that's not the right side to show you. I think, hold on. It only needs 14 yards of fingering weight per sweater. Like, that's nothing. So this is going to be at least a sweater, and then it's going to be a few other small little fae trinkets that I'm gonna make to have around my office, because that would be so fun. Okay, so that is, oh my god, I am dragon and I am wee dragon. That's adorable. And all the cute little dragon goodies. I love it. Okay, so that is the end of my acquisitions. It's kind of wild. I didn't go crazy anywhere this week or these last 3 weeks, which is really good. Reading and watching. I have been reading, there is a book I've been reading. It's on the app Good Novel. And it's called The Cursed Alpha's Mate. Yes, shocker. I'm reading another alpha werewolf romance book. Are we shocked at this point, guys? Come on. Like, I can't. So that's what I've been reading. And it's actually really good. I'm very impressed with how well it's written and the consistency in the storyline. So that's super happy for me. And then while I was at the party on the 4th of July, I was talking to my sister-in-law and one of the cousins, and I'm like, okay, so because we were talking about the babies, and I kind of got baby fever because I get to hold a wee little, like, less than 1 month old, and she's so adorable. And this is like the first I really got to hold my newest little niece. Like, this is the first, like, family thing she's been to. And so I'm holding her and I'm like, Justin. And he's like, you have one still in diapers, you're fine. I'm like, no, we need another. So my sister-in-law and cousin and I all started talking about, like, potential baby names. And I let one, like, I was like, oh, this, like, if we have a boy, this is gonna be his name. And my sister-in-law kind of freaked out, and she's like, oh my God, yes. And so her and the cousin kind of like, yes, you have to read this book. Like, if you love that name, you're gonna love it even more after you read this book. So next on my reading list is A Court of Thorns and Roses. It's been on my reading list for a minute because Kevin and Ray, I believe Kevin read it first and then Ray followed, or maybe it was vice versa, or maybe only one of them's read it and I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. That is absolutely a possibility. But it's already been on my reading list. Like, Book Talk has talked about it. The podcasts that I watched have talked about it. I think even Lisa has read it. But while we were there, my brother was like, oh yeah, even I listened to it because he has a commute, so he listens to stuff on his way to work. And he's like, even I listened to the audiobook and it is spicy at the end. And I'm like, ooh, okay. And my cousin's like, if you like wolf smut, then fae smut is gonna be just fine. And I'm like, okay, so that is next on my read list. As far as watching, June 18th, so probably like right after I recorded I took my husband to see the Transformers movie. It was so good. Oh my goodness, it was good. I really liked it. I'm really happy. Like, as a prequel, it was really good. And apparently not many people realize it's a prequel. But the Shia LaBeouf ones that came out in like the 2005 era, those were set in the time that they were coming out. And this one, which is setting up for a whole new realm of series, this one takes place in the 90s. So this is considered a prequel to the Shia LaBeouf series. Okay, so that was really good. I really, really enjoyed it. It was really interesting. Then on the 20th, we went to see The Flash, and that was awesome. It was amazing. Honestly, I really, really, really enjoyed it. Honestly, I don't think DC movies get the credit that they deserve because I love DC movies. I think they're a little more witty than the Avenger movies. I think the Avengers are like, ooh, Hulk, smash, boom. And like the DC movies are a little more like, there's more thinking to them, especially in like a multiverse convergence type time theory. So I think that was really, really, really well done. And it was amazing to see Nicolas Cage finally get to be Superman. I mean, it was a very small alternate reality. I think it was like less than 5 minutes long. But he was officially credited as Superman. So, and then finally, we went to see No Hard Feelings, which is the new J-Law movie. That was adorable. My husband made fun of it because he was like one of the few men there, and the only men who were there were like with their wives and stuff. Like, so it's definitely like a much more adult rom-com. And it's not even really a rom-com because at the end they're not like romantic at all, but like it's funny. It's very adult. I did not imagine there would be full frontal. That was surprising. So if raunchy full frontal comedies aren't your thing, don't go see it. But like, it was a good movie. I really enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed the plot, and the comedy in it was really funny. You got like a 30-year-old going out with a barely legal adult, and like the generational gap between what's acceptable to her and what's acceptable to him are like, so yeah, that was that. I don't know if I have any plans to watch anything else as far as viewing at home. I'm really just watching The Rookie on Hulu, which I think was originally like a Fox show or TNT or something. I don't know. But The Rookie, it's a good show. Giveaways. Ooh, everybody's favorite part. And if you're still here, congratulations. The giveaway. Last time I asked you to leave a comment with the title of the movie that I was quoting. The random generator picked Maritza's Yarn and Crafts as the winner. So Maritza, if you could send me an email to 3stitchesshort@gmail.com. That's the number 3 stitchesshort@gmail.com. You are the fabulous winner of wildflowers. Isn't that pretty? Maritza, go ahead and send me an email with your contact information and we will get you a prize. As far as the next giveaway, in addition to the recommend the pattern giveaway, because that is going to be just so super helpful. In addition to that, I have a full skein of Primrose Yarn Co. Roan DK in Elderwood. I have a full skein left over from my sweater, so I want to pass this forward. If you would like a chance to win this skein of wool, do me a favor and leave a comment. Any comment will do. Just leave a comment. Smash the like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Do all the algorithm-y things, friends. It really, really helps get this to more people. The more people who watch, the more prizes I can maybe do. And I think that is it. If you enjoyed yourself, I enjoyed having you. Thank you so much. If you're gonna say bye, have a great time. Happy knitting, happy crafting. Until next time, friends. Hopefully it's only 2 weeks.